This is WHTM Television, Channel 27.
Live from Central Pennsylvania's news team, this is WHTM NewsCenter, Late Edition.
Tonight, Hurricane Fran is ashore and plowing its way up North Carolina. Good evening, I'm Alicia Richards.
And I'm Rick Wagner. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, for the past several hours now, coastal communities in North and South Carolina have been feeling the effects of Hurricane Fran.
The massive storm with its 115-mile-an-hour winds came ashore at Cape Fear, North Carolina around 8 tonight. At first, it looked as if Fran would strike hardest in South Carolina, but at the last second, the storm changed its mind and went north. More than 500,000 tourists and residents did not stick around to see where Fran would hit or what she would do. They evacuated the coast all along the Carolinas as Fran drew near. She now continues to move north and is expected to continue to do that. Here is Lisa Salters with the latest. Lisa?
As thousands of people scrambled to get out of its way, Hurricane Fran finally came ashore tonight. The powerful storm spared some areas along the Carolina coast, but showed no mercy to others. The 25-mile-wide eye of the storm hit the coastline just after nightfall, battering Cape Fear, North Carolina with 115-mile-an-hour winds. As the storm moved northward and inland, it ripped apart trees, downed power lines, and dumped heavy rains along its path. Even 15 miles inland from the coast, tree limbs and flooded highways made traveling hazardous. One death has already been reported. A 66-year-old woman was killed when her car hit standing water and flew down an embankment into a tree. About 500,000 coastal residents have been evacuated and are waiting out the storm inland wherever they can find shelter.
Just relaxing, saying quite a few prayers.
We saw sheets of metal and signs and trash, a lot of little things, but very few big things.
And about 2,000 National Guardsmen are on hand helping with the evacuations and providing security in deserted beach towns. Tonight, residents as far away as West Virginia were being warned to expect tropical storm force winds and 5 to 10 inches of rain. And in Wilmington, North Carolina, officials there say they expect the entire city of 60,000 to lose power. And here in Charleston, South Carolina, folks are breathing a sigh of relief tonight. Hurricane Fran was originally on a collision course with this area, and thousands of people evacuated their homes. They have since been told that it is safe to return, but that is not the case further north, where Hurricane Fran is still wreaking havoc. So that is the very latest from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm Lisa Salters. Now back to you.
Okay, Lisa, thanks for that. The question now is, what will Fran do next?
And Rob Dixon is in the Weather Center tonight. Rob, is Fran a big threat to our area?
Threat in the respect that we're going to be seeing a lot of rain out of Fran. It's going to be working its way in for Friday and certainly have an effect on us at least through Saturday. You can see on the radar, Fran has now made its way inland. In fact, as it's made landfall, winds are starting to decrease. They're down to 105 miles an hour. That trend will continue as the night goes on. You can see how widespread the rain is around Fran. It's already covering a good chunk of the eastern Carolinas. And looking at the WHTM Toyota WeatherNet, we can even tap into Charlotte, North Carolina, where they've been on the fringes of Fran through the evening hours. But even being a fringe point, you can see their winds are out of the northeast at 11. They've been gusting up to even 30 miles an hour at points this evening. And over the last 4 hours, they've only clicked off a half-inch of rain, but they've literally been on the fringe. That'll be picking up as the night goes on for them. And for us, it's just a case of wait and see. We'll have clouds continue to build in across the mid-state overnight. We'll be warm and muggy with a low of only 68 degrees. But then tomorrow, I do expect the showers to arrive. They'll be picking up in intensity in the afternoon and especially evening hours. We'll have a high temperature of only 78. Of course, the big question now is which way will Fran go and how much rain will it provide to the mid-state? We'll have that a little bit later on. Rick and Alicia.
Thank you, Rob. And a lot of mid-staters will be watching very closely as Fran rages across the Carolinas.
That's because even though the storm is hundreds of miles away from here, some people here are on alert. Karen Thomas explains.
Wind gusts of 120 miles an hour onshore now.
Many are glued to the TV watching hurricane updates, but this woman will actually experience the storm.
It makes me nervous.
Alta Hendricks is a Red Cross volunteer. She's on standby, waiting for her call to duty. Alta checks her list of things she'll take.
A rain hat and your umbrella. You're always hoping that the storm does not hit for the sake of the people.
But Fran's already ashore, and Alta knows her work is cut out. In the past 3 years, she's helped with 8 disaster relief missions, and she says it never gets easier.
You know you're going there to help, and you cannot help everyone. You help as many people as you can.
The Red Cross will also be lending a hand to mid-staters in the coming days. Heavy rains are expected, and that could mean flooding. It could also mean a very wet start to the area's largest fair.
Well, a lot of the stands wouldn't be open because it's no coverage. With us, sometimes when it rains, it's beneficial because everybody gets underneath the tent. But it keeps so many of the people away that it really does hurt any fair at all. The 231st York Fair is expected to attract more than 800,000 people. Organizers made changes so they'd never have to close because of rain.
We've had heavy rain since we've made those changes, and we haven't had flooding. And we've put in some new drainage and some new storm sewers, so we can actually handle it better than we could before.
But if Fran pumps plenty of rain our way, it could force a drought of fairgoers. Karen Thomas, WHTM News Center, York.
By the way, in case you're wondering, there are lots of indoor exhibits at the York Fair, which opens tomorrow morning at 11:30.
Hurricane Fran may also prevent thousands of train travelers from getting where they want to go. Amtrak has cut train service to some of its East Coast destinations, so be sure to check with Amtrak before you head to the train station. The crash of TWA Flight 800 is prompting more changes in the airline industry.
And there's a warning to college students about companies that promise financial aid.
Also, a new study suggests a popular diet pill is much more dangerous than the FDA said.
And a company that made silicone breast implants has an expensive court order to carry out. You're watching Central Pennsylvania's news team, WHTM News Center.
Good evening, I'm Mary Bubala. Coming up tomorrow on Live at 5, more progress in the fight against breast cancer. We'll show you a new ultrasound that detects lumps without needles or surgery. Plus, Mr. Food goes Italian.
When we're in a real hurry, we can make a popular Italian-style dish that's a winner every time.
Plus, the fallout from Hurricane Fran and the latest on the situation in Iraq. It's all news you need to know, and it's Live at 5.
If you've been waiting for a great deal on a great Buick, now's the time. It's Buick's Model N Closeout with savings on Century, the sporty Regal sedan, even the fun-to-drive Skylark. Drive Buick now and get up to $2,000 cash back. Move up to LeSabre, indulge in Park Avenue, or treat yourself to Riviera. Now's your once-a-year chance to trade in and trade up with up to $2,000 cash back going for you now. Wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
For a child, the journey through life begins with you, the parent. With love and support, your children will explore the simple lessons of life and will travel down the path that assures them success by 6. Join WHTM News Center and Kim Garris every Friday at 6 for her Success by 6 reports. It's WHTM's commitment to the family and to the hardest job of all, raising a child. Success by 6, Fridays on WHTM News Center Evening Edition.
At Haas's, we know what it takes to make great steaks. We grill fresh USDA choice beef under an open flame. Try our #1 steak lover sirloin, cleaver cut, thick and juicy, tender T-bone, lean filet mignon, or fresh ground steak, all served with full salad bar. Haas's, the place for great steaks.
Haas's is hospitality.
Try our new home-style steak stuffer for just $6.99. It's tender beef with homemade stuffing featuring mashed potatoes. Haas's, great steaks.
Just because we're kids doesn't mean we don't care.
Kids learn what they're encouraged to learn.
I think we're supposed to help protect nature.
If they're encouraged to learn about the environment, it's amazing how conscientious they become. I'm the Green Coordinator at Walmart in Branson, Missouri, and my job is to find ways for Walmart to make a difference, even if it's a small one. If you get the kids involved, you get the parents involved.
Walmart helped us build our nature trail, and it's pretty cool.
I am so proud of these kids.
You're watching WHTM News Center, Late Edition, with Rick Wagner and Alicia Richards.
A new commission on air safety formed after the crash of TWA Flight 800 made its first recommendations today. Among the measures, a government agency would deal with victims' families, not the airlines. Former West York High student Monica Cox died on Flight 800. Her mother told Congress she waited for word from TWA for more than 14 hours.
could have driven to New York and gotten a faster in-person response than I could have over the phone.
Other new measures include developing more advanced bomb detecting equipment and a system to match every single bag on a plane with an onboard passenger. Thousands of college students are learning about fraud the hard way. The government says scam artists promise to find financial aid for a fee, but students end up with a bunch of useless information. Today, the Federal Trade Commission filed lawsuits to stop 5 scholarship search companies from operating. It also warns students to steer clear of any offers that guarantee aid for college.
There are serious new questions tonight about a popular new diet pill. A new study says people who take the prescription drug Redux and a similar drug, fenfluramine, are 50 to 100 times more likely to develop a rare but fatal lung disease called pulmonary hypertension. When the FDA approved Redux last year, it said there was only a small risk to some people. And the courts have put Dow Corning in an odd position. The company that made breast implants must make an expensive effort to find women harmed by its product. Hundreds of thousands of women around the world claim Dow Corning's silicone breast implants made them sick. Now the courts have ordered Dow to spend more than $8 million finding those women, who will then likely sue them. One of the company's ads will appear tomorrow in USA Today. Women who want to participate in the class action lawsuit must contact the Dow Corning company by mid-January. And the federal government says schools need to improve programs that teach kids about AIDS. The Centers for Disease Control found many teachers don't have enough training on HIV prevention. It says many states offer training, but only 31% of those who teach AIDS prevention received that training. Well, whatever plans you may have for the weekend are subject to Fran.
Sure are. Rob Dixon has your 5-day forecast next. And this baby's head and shoulders above the rest. That's later on WHTM NewsCenter.
It grips our streets and our neighborhoods, but it doesn't have to. Take a stand against crime. Tuesday night at 11, join Alicia Richards for WHTM NewsCenter Crime Stoppers. Every week a new case, and every week a chance for you to take a stand against crime. Help WHTM NewsCenter help your neighborhood. Your tips could lead to an arrest and a safer place for all. Crime Stoppers, a fight for what's right. Tuesday night on WHTM NewsCenter, late edition at 11.
It's the all-new Lebanon Milano Fest, Friday through Sunday, September 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Lebanon Fairgrounds. Coming out for all the rides, games, entertainment, fun, and of course, the food. Enjoy the circus all 3 days. And Friday is Kids Day with special guest appearances. And a motorcycle thrill show brought to you by Cellular One. Saturday, there's a demolition derby sponsored by CR's Friendly Markets and Pepsi-Cola. And on Sunday, there's a rodeo. It's the all-new Lebanon Milano Fest, September 6th, 7th, and 8th. Call 1-800-639-FEST for details.
I'm Forrest Sawyer. Tonight on Nightline, after days of warnings, Hurricane Fran bears down on the Carolinas. There are fears of widespread flooding and wind damage. Live reports as the storm makes landfall. Tonight.
Hi, we hear you're kicking off the Walt Disney World 25th anniversary. Well, I'm ready to party. I got my Mickey ears, my Goofy shorts, and my Donald shirt.
Do you have one of these?
Hey, where'd you get that?
The magic of the Walt Disney World 25th Anniversary celebration begins at McDonald's, where you can sign up to be a part of it all and get one of 4 25th Anniversary glasses, just 99 cents each when you buy any large sandwich like the new Arch Deluxe.
You are looking at one happy little man.
Boscov's Eddie Awards, the lowest prices of the year from our vendors, extra savings for you. 50% off our entire stock of designer suits by Oscar de la Renta, Evan Picone, Ellen St. George, Daniel Hector, Modesto Umo, and more. Men's Hathaway long sleeve dress shirts, only $16.99. You save 50%. $89.99 for smart looking hopsack blazers by Cross and Windsor during the Eddie Awards at Boscov's.
Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. The daily 415, the big 4 0079, and the cash 5 numbers are 4, 10, 23, 27, and 29.
And here's a guy who's been watching this hurricane all day long. Finally, she hit short tonight.
Yeah, it's been coming in, and now that it's hit landfall, of course, the winds will be diminishing, and it will still be a threat over the next couple of hours, even tornado watches around North Carolina. So we're going to wait and see. For us, we're just going to see a lot of rain out of this, and The big question is how much rain. Well, it all depends on that track, and we have been tracking the hurricane named Fran. As you can see through the evening hours, very distinctive eye. In the last couple of hours, the eye wobbled around, so instead of coming right to the North Carolina-South Carolina border, wobbled just to the east of Wilmington. However, it's wobbled back again now that it's made landfall. In fact, the coordinates are 34.2 north, 78.1 west, just west of Wilmington, North Carolina. The winds are starting to diminish. They're still very potent at 105 miles per hour, but we have been seeing the hurricane continue to give gusts. In fact, with the rainfall, you can see the eye of the hurricane as it was just moving on to the northwest, and now the eye is pretty much over land. The area of rain shrinks just a little bit, but still, these are areas of very intense rainfall, and they're just going to continue to drift on to the north. Here are some of the wind gusts that have been coming out. Wilmington, North Carolina had a wind gust of 53 miles per hour, Columbia at 24, and also Raleigh-Durham at 37-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Some areas, of course, very close to the eye wall had much higher gusts. In fact, there were reports well over 100 miles per hour. But now we'll just wait and see what all that moisture does as Fran heads up to the north. Now we just have some clouds starting to emerge across the mid-state, most of them being high clouds. Harrisburg's at 75, York's at 74, Carlisle 71, Lancaster and Lebanon's at 72. We also have our winds calm at this hour, but it is tropical moisture out there, very high relative humidity of 78%. The barometer's rising at 30.11 inches, and officially today only 2/100ths of an inch of rain. Meanwhile, along the Susquehanna River, it's been holding steady at 3.3 feet. It'll be that way for tomorrow. The official high was summerish at 87 degrees. It was even very warm this morning with a low temperature of 72. Normally now we only warm up to 80 with a low temperature of 60, so this certainly was summer heat around the mid-state. Of course, the most dominant feature on the satellite picture is Hurricane Fran. You can see as it's been moving in towards the Carolinas through the evening hours and producing a huge swath of moisture with it. Well, closer to home, we're just on the boundary of some of that more extensive cloud cover coming up from the south. And the big question is, what will the track of Fran be like? Well, let's show you. Now, as it tracks on, by Friday afternoon, it'll be in western Virginia, and then by Saturday morning, it's going to be coming into western Pennsylvania. And the thrust of the moisture will be right along the eastern spine of the Appalachians. We're going to be getting a sizable amount of rain. Set our map into motion, and we'll just continue to watch Fran creep on to the northwest, bringing all that moisture with us. And this is what we're expecting. Some areas could even get 6 inches of rain in the mountainous areas around the mid-state, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, but stay tuned. Some of that tropical moisture could change direction and even give us more or less. As we look at our forecast details, we'll become mostly cloudy. Some areas of fog developing overnight, low temperature of 68 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, showers developing at least by afternoon. We'll have a high temperature of 78. Then tomorrow night, showers, heavy thunderstorms possible. We'll have a low down to 68 degrees. And Saturday, mostly cloudy with showers, heavy thunderstorms, and a high temperature of 77. On the 5-day forecast, it all depends on how long Fran sticks around. You can see that the risk of showers and thunderstorms are just going to be holding in through the entire weekend, even into early next week, and highs will be in the upper 70s to the very low 80s. Looks like the main thrust of the rain for us will be coming in Friday night into Saturday morning, and that will continue to monitor.
Right. Could get in the way of a lot of things, but we'll
Unfortunately
get what we
so.
get. Okay. Thank you, Rob. Fighting broke out in Iraq again today.
And now the U.S. is watching to see if Saddam Hussein gets involved. Also, the verdict is in for the accused terrorists charged in a plot to bomb U.S. planes.
And the rumors may be true about Boris Yeltsin's health. You're watching the late edition of WHTM NewsCenter.
We're the world's first agitator that cleans even big and tough loads with more care than any other washer. The new Maytag is a layup with $100 in extra features at no extra cost. It's a slam dunk.
Save now at J.B. Zimmerman & Sons Incorporated and J.B. Hostetter.
Last month, Publishers Clearinghouse surprised a winner in one state.
Is Martha your mother?
Yes.
Well, look at this.
Now they'll surprise a winner in every state. Starting October 7th, the Prize Patrol will surprise winners all across the country.
Holy cow! Oh my God!
That's 50 winners in 50 states.
I am overwhelmed.
With prizes up to $100,000. Someone from your state is guaranteed to win. Enter the Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes today, and it could be you.
A new day. What's on your to-do list? Isn't it time you had a For You list? Get a Jimmy by GMC. It helps you do the things you have to do. And now, with the $1,500 you'll save in your Jimmy SLT, you'll have a little something extra to do some things for you. Like pick up some sticks, polish the new silver, or just get out of town. See your GMC dealer today.
It was a very grim story for us. Our plant was closing. Going to lose 88 jobs. The local manager of the Walmart store gave me an appointment.
He says, those Walmart commercials, is that for real? The Made in USA program gets a commitment, and I did everything I could to make it happen. Jim called me up. He says, I got a truck rolling in my back door. We got orders going out.
Well, I'm glad we helped them out. Thanks to Walmart, we've saved 88 American jobs.
You're watching WHTM News Center with closed captioning brought to you by Warner Chrysler Plymouth.
The Republican campaign trail made its way into Lancaster County today. Vice presidential candidate Jack Kemp toured the J Group. That's a Leola packaging plant run by women. He also took part in a roundtable discussion with female business leaders. Kemp says he and Bob Dole will bring the campaign back to Pennsylvania, but he is not sure exactly when.
Bob Dole's top two advertising consultants quit today. No word from the Dole camp on why that happened. Despite that staff shakeup and the latest polls, which are not favorable for him, Dole talked tough. He said he has the right ideas and values. He pitched his plan to provide aid to parents who send their children to private or religious schools. And there was new fighting between rival Kurds in Iraq today.
One faction has the backing of Saddam Hussein, and Iraqi troops have taken up positions near the battlefield. However, U.S. officials say there was no indication Iraqi troops are involved in the fighting.
It's guilty for 3 men who plotted to blow up a dozen U.S. airliners in one day. A federal jury in New York convicted Ramzi Youssef and his 2 co-defendants. They now face life in prison. Youssef is also the alleged mastermind of the World Trade Center bombing.
Dissidents from Saudi Arabia say there have been mass arrests since the June bombing that killed 19 Americans. They say Saudi authorities have arrested more than 100 Shiite Muslims. Security forces in Saudi Arabia confirm 40 Shiites are in detention.
Boris Yeltsin will undergo heart surgery at the end of the month. In an interview on Russian television, Yeltsin said his doctors gave him 2 choices, surgery or a less stressful schedule. Yeltsin had 2 heart attacks in the past year and has been a virtual recluse since June.
Harrisburg Senators may have a shot at winning the Eastern League title.
And they tried to get just a little closer tonight.
I got all kinds of cliches. Expect the unexpected.
I like that.
We take you to Riverside Stadium. We're going to let you make the call. Stand by, Rick. I'm going to let you scream on this one. Just a second. Hang on.
Oh.
Safe.
Not yet.
WHTM Sports Center is brought to you by Volkswagen. Drivers wanted.
I just moved in this city, right? And I need a really flexible car. So I leased a Volkswagen Golf. 0 down, $199 a month. It's great. I sell cappuccino machines. Sometimes I need to move big things. Sometimes I have to move little things, but I always have to move. It's got dual airbags, daytime running lights, and everything fits into it. And it fits into everything. Hey! I have got to cut back on the caffeine.
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Dad, Ocean City's got 8 big horses for you. And miniature ones for me.
Ocean City, Maryland. Let yourself go. Call 1-800-4OC-GOLF.
Hershey Park, always a fun place, always a family place. A place for friends and neighbors. And one of our friends would like to offer you this message.
We top off a day at Hershey Park with a trip to VF Factory Outlet in Reading. I get all the kids back to school and play clothes there. Jeans and sweats too at 1/2 off every day. Roller coasters and VF Factory Outlet, it's great family fun.
Hershey Park, home of the new Wildcat wooden roller coaster, a friend to you and your family.
Let's compare these 2 babies. The baby on the left has a beating heart. So does the baby on the right. The baby on the left has arms, legs, fingers, and toes. So does the baby on the right. The baby on the left can turn and jump and kick. So can the baby on the right. The difference is, the baby on the left was just born. and the baby on the right would very much like to be. Life. What a beautiful choice.
You're moving along. Things going pretty much as you expected. Then suddenly... Curve for men and curve for women. New from Liz Claiborne.
Stop by the Liz Claiborne fragrance counter for a chance to win one of 20 new Chrysler Sebring convertibles.
Available at the Bonton.
You're watching WHTM News Center, late edition, with the Greg Mace Sports Report.
Harrisburg Senators are taking the playoffs very seriously.
Well, I think there's a certain passion you have once you get to the playoffs. And, you know, I know all year long we've kind of gone, well, you know, they're just kind of there. But now the Harrisburg Senators are one win away from the Eastern League Finals. Here's a team and a franchise that's been in this spot before, and this is a team that nobody really expected to get real far in the playoffs. Nobody except the guys whose opinion really means something, the players. The Senators hit the field. It is Game 3, best of 5. These are basically the semifinals. We're tied at a game each. Pat Kelly knows his team's in a good spot. 3 runs in the first inning. Scott Talanoa gets a little base hit to center. Here comes John Safer. You make the call. Safer out.
You are safe! You are safe!
He's in there, 1-0 Harrisburg. All right, Jeff Blum, now the batter. The Senators on a roll in the first inning. Watch his shot by Blum right here. Right fielder going after it. Will he get it? Great catch, except, oh, he dropped the ball. Run scores 3-0. Now, sometimes the fans got a little frustrated, and they took it out on Uncle Slam. Hey, you kids, get away from him. Come on, you hoodlums, break this thing up. A great performance from the pitcher, Tom Phelps, right here. Gets Trenton going down right there. They will get the final out. We take you down on the field as the Senators celebrate. They win 5-3. They're now 1 win away from the finals.
Well, I think once you split the first 2, then it becomes a best of 3. And obviously, we don't want to go back to Trenton, so tomorrow's the night.
Well, we got 2-1 game lead, and we got 2 games left. But, I mean, they can come back just as well. So tomorrow we got to come out and just play all out.
All right, they can wrap it up tomorrow night, but of course the rain could be a factor. Game 4, 7 o'clock at Riverside Stadium. Notre Dame football kicking off their season tonight against Vanderbilt. That doesn't even sound close, does it? But it was. Tonight, it's 6-0 Notre Dame in the fourth quarter. Vanderbilt's got a 3rd and 37. Tom Yoder in the end zone, looking deep. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. It's 7-6. But then Notre Dame bounces back. 5 minutes left. Mark Edwards into the end zone. They convert a 2-pointer, 14-7. Notre Dame pulls it out tonight. You know, even playing 500 ball, the Chicago Cubs, Alicia, the Chicago Cubs still aren't completely out of the National League Central race. It's almost criminal. The Phillies, however, well, you know the story. Benito Santiago, and once again, the crowd in Philadelphia just in a frenzy. So excited they had to stay home and watch it on TV. Well, next year they're going to spend a lot of money. I hope they keep Kurt Schilling, though, because I think he's pitching a lot better. 6-1 was the final tonight. Every once in a while, I'd like to show you that the Phillies still do exist. Montreal beat the Florida tonight 6-2, so the Expos have a game lead in the wild card race. Now, we got an incredible match tonight at the U.S. Open. This is Pete Sampras and Alex Corretja right here going 4 hours. Quarterfinals. Sampras was physically sick from exhaustion. Point after point after point like this. 7-6. 5-7, 5-7. Sampras is down 2-1. He won the last 2. Here is Corretja double faulting on the final point. These guys literally are falling over at the end of this thing. So Sampras will play Izanisevic, who beat Edberg tonight. Sampras, Izanisevic, and Agassi and Chang are in the semifinals. We'll be at Penn State tomorrow. They've got Louisville on Saturday, 3:30 here on WHTM. It's probably going to rain, which will keep the ball on the ground. Louisville's without their leading rusher. Curtis Enos will play. You know the rest of the story.
Yeah, but Notre Dame thought they had an easy game, too.
That's right. Often this first game for Penn State's tough.
Okay. Thanks, Greg.
You may have seen big babies before.
But they will pale in comparison to the one we're about to show you. We're not stretching the truth here. This baby's got others licked by a neck. This is the late edition of WHTM News Center.
That's good.
Oh, thanks.
Now, when you use your Boscov charge, get up to 3 times as much back. While most credit cards offer 1% or less in air miles or rebates, Boscov says thanks for shopping with us with up to 3% in rebates. And you could win $25,000 in cash or one of 27 $100 gift certificates to be given away every month. Now, more than ever, it pays to charge it at Boscov's.
Dear Dave, when I saw Wendy's had a new $2.99 Pepper Jack Bacon Cheeseburger combo, I said, that sounds good. So I got them for everyone at the firehouse. We can't remember the last time we had a meal that big and delicious for just $2.99. A quarter-pound cheeseburger with 3 strips of bacon and Pepper Jack cheese for a real spicy hit. Plus huge biggie fries and an icy cold drink. Dave, come on by. We'll let you wear a big hat and ring the bell.
Dear Jerry, thanks. Is Tuesday okay?
Try Wendy's new $2.99 Pepper Jack Bacon Cheeseburger combo today.
This is the expert, and he's fixing my daddy's car. In Manual Muffler, they fix brakes, they fix wheels, they fix shock absorbers, they fix mufflers, they fix catalytic converters, and they fix anything that's wrong with your car. They won't fix anything you don't need. They'll just fix the stuff you want to be fixed. That's why I'll go to Manual Muffler when I have a car.
There's a special place where you can dress your family for less. Every season you will always know that you can look your best. Sensible fashion, it's the way we dress. The neighborhood agrees. So the neighbors come to Walmart because we dress the family.
It's GMA's Summer Fun Festival in Central Park with 14-year-old country sensation Leanne Rimes and the Village People in concert on tomorrow's Good Morning America.
Here's the WHTM Viewers Club Card winning number, brought to you by Penn National. 1, 3, 7, 6, 3. If your Viewers Club Card number matches the number on the screen, contact WHTM at 236-2727 between 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. the next business day to claim your prize.
Here are some of the stories we'll have for you tomorrow on WHTM News Center.
Now that Fran has come ashore, it's time for recovery workers to get on the job. We'll have the latest on the storm damage and what Fran could bring to our area throughout the day.
Also, the Great York Fair gets underway. You'll see if the weather affects the grand opening.
And a Midstate group sponsors a day of caring. We'll show you how they are brightening up the lives of others tomorrow on WHTM News Center.
Looking for the best university? U.S. News and World Report says it is Yale again. Princeton is second. Harvard, Duke, and MIT round out the top 5. The survey ranks Pennsylvania schools well. The University of Pennsylvania is 13 on the list. Carnegie Mellon and Lehigh are not too much further down the list. U.S. News also ranked the top liberal arts colleges. Included in the top 50 are 6 Pennsylvania schools. You see them here. They include Bucknell, Franklin and Marshall, and Lafayette. And finally, tonight, the town of Columbus, Ohio is celebrating the birth of a new baby girl.
But this is no ordinary baby. She came into the world measuring more than 5 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
You know what's coming next. Another animal story at the end of the newscast. The baby giraffe doesn't have a name yet, but her mom, Kalahari, and her dad, Tavso, are the proud parents. Not only is this new baby more than 5 feet tall, she weighs in at 123 pounds.
Isn't she cute?
Change that diaper. No, I don't think
That's
so.
Thank you for taking me there. Let's get a last look at Fran.
What can I say with that giraffe story? I'll just stick my neck out, show you what the rainfall amounts for tomorrow will be. Going into Saturday morning, actually could be hefty doses of rain here. We could be seeing anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. Highest concentration will be around the mountainous area, so we'll keep in touch on that. Come tomorrow morning, we'll have cloudy skies around. Wouldn't be surprised if the rain even starts up in the morning hours, but the showers will become more numerous during the afternoon, and we'll have gutter gushing type rainfall tomorrow night, Saturday morning.
Okay, thank you, Rob. Thanks for watching the late edition of WHTM News Center.
Set the alarm. Watch the morning edition of News Center at 6 a.m. Call me at home. We'll watch together.
That's sweet. Good night.
You can be a part of the WHTM News Center team. If you have a story idea or if you see news happen, call 1-800-PHONE-WHTM.